Na 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 na, I make ya do it. Na 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 na, still you do it. Give me 3 minutes just to make me tell you where me come from. I'm from a place where them little youth man love gun. And when them end up in altercation, if I could end up in the police station, no, it not look cute. So when them boys pull them gun and shoot, say them attack but you got the biggest truth. Me deal with the gospel and that's the only truth. So another one was stung in the ghetto. Yeah. Another one dead, another friend with a tag on his toe. Well, life that me live me not no criminal. I'm a Jesus youth and I'm original.
Hey. Here what's up. Jamaica, right out of Kingston. Big ups to Charlotte, who's telling me, say, who? Will you say Jaron Nurse? Pull him up. One of my favorites. Singer that. Yes, we're gonna see if Jaron Nurse know that he has some fans straight out of Jamaica. Okay.
If I could end up in the police station, no, it not look cute. So when them boys pull them gun and shoot, say them attack but you got the biggest truth. Me deal with the gospel and that's the only truth. So another one was stung in the ghetto. Yeah. Another one dead, another friend with a tag on his toe. Well, life that me live me not no criminal. I'm a Jesus youth and I'm original. The word of God in the ghetto, that me only protection. Get your life not easy, sometimes it's hard. Tell me why you to keep me in this place called Trinidad. Why? Get your life not easy, sometimes it's hard. And let me why you protect me in this place called Trinidad. Why? And some of them not even bother think twice. Got no value for life, so me only coulda tread with Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ alone, say me rather. Me not go link with the gangs what them after. Tell them buy them no bother dig it out. Please the gun thing I say no bother bring it out. Cause it's themselves what them killing out. Yeah. Another one was stung in the ghetto. Yeah. Another one dead, another friend with a tag on his toe. Well, life that me live me not no criminal. I'm a Jesus youth and I'm original. The word of God in the ghetto, that me only protection. Get your life not easy, sometimes it's hard. Not me why you to keep me in this place called Trinidad. Get your life not easy, sometimes it's hard. Not me why you protect me in this place called Trinidad. You know, I believe that wherever God placed me, I'm there for a reason. I didn't know some say it's the ghetto, and sometimes I may be surrounded by darkness. But that's
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I tell you what, I am so excited right about now. So excited to bring you Jaron Nurse. You have no idea. I actually was on social media and I saw a clip and I was like, who is that? Yeah. And it was crazy. I went and I checked him out on Apple Music. So you see all the artists out there that's acting like because there's two persons that know you in your lane, that everybody know you. Calm down. Everybody don't know you. Okay? I do music and I've been doing music for a long time. And some of these artists I am just learning about right now. But I'm so glad that I discovered his music. Because I already gone in already now. And Jaron is currently in studio. But let me tell you something. I already gone on and I listened to his song so much that me gonna take credit for every song with about Apple Music this week. Jaron, how are you doing, dear?
I greet you all in the wonderful name of Jesus Christ, and I never apologize for that. No day, no time, because I can stand for what me standing. It's indeed a blessing to be on your radio station.
Yo, I love it. I love it. I'm telling you right now, I know more about your music than about who Jaron is. So, I'm going to ask you some questions that you may think that's off the wall, but trust me, it's because we don't know you as an artist yet. But what I know
That's
is
alright.
good music. When I listen to good music, I know good music. Okay? And
Yeah.
to all the people who are listening, I want you to go right now. Type in Apple Music. If you're in Africa, you can use Deezer. If you're in Jamaica, you can go Spotify. Type in Jaron Nurse. Jaron Nurse. And I want you to run up his listenership this weekend. I want you to listen to his music and see what he brings to the masses. Shout out to Ghana right now who's saying Jaron Nurse. Big up. Yes.
Blessings, man.
Jared, tell me, what age did you decide that? Yes, this is what I want to do.
Well, I never decided that. I think as God sent me in that direction. I was singing from a tender age, and I was disrespectful to my choir director, which I give all credit to a lot of learned in music, which is also my pastor's wife. But it was until lately, somewhere at the age of probably 23 thereabout is when I just found that love for music, and then football, which I thought was first, became secondary.
Wow.
But
well, it's amazing. It's amazing that you can have a talent as well, and you yourself may not recognize that talent or not recognize it much earlier, but over time it manifests itself, right?
yeah.
Yes.
And
Wow.
that's when the talent, I realized that the talent became a gift, and this is a gift that God gives me that is not for me. Because God has given us gifts that is not really for us, but it's really to bring glory to Him.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. So, before you started into music, what is your career outside of music?
Really didn't have a career. I worked in my family mini-mart, prior to that, I came with a testimony being adopted from a tender age because my dad was on drugs, mom mentally ill. So I was adopted by who was supposed to be my godparents, and they had a mini-mart. And I spent nearly all my life growing up working in that mini-mart. So yeah.
Bless up, Jaron, let me tell you. And in the face of Mental Health Month, I must give talk to my audience right now for a few minutes as well that yes, mental health is a disease that's affecting just about everybody right about now, especially coming out of the face of COVID, pandemic or pandemic, whatever it is, whatever you think it is, there are persons that it's affecting. Most recently, I was looking at one of my friends who is actually a coach over in South Carolina, where this young girl killed herself 2 days ago, and she left a whole letter on Instagram before she committed suicide. It's shout out to anybody out there that think you may need help. I'm here. If you have to reach out to me, reach out. Trust me, it's not an easy time. And in the face of COVID 2021, early 2021, I lost 2 athletes, and I have always said to myself, at what point do somebody decide that they would like to commit suicide? These were 2 kids I coached their high school 2 years before COVID, and they're pretty young. You say, how does a 14 or 15-year-old get up and say that's the end of their life? We don't know. But try living in the US.
That's because demons don't have an age group they attack. They attack everyone.
Wow.
And it's something demonic.
Yeah. That strength, that inner strength. But as we talk about inner strength, your music is so uplifting. Yeah? So uplifting. I went and I listened to positive music. I went and I listened to another track, and I was like, hey, let me get the whole album. I listened to the whole album. I said, come I never hear about this guy before. Huh? So how is your connection on the international level?
Well, I've been to some places, more so Caribbean, because God bless me, there's a song called Caribbean Christian, and that opened up a lot of doors in the Caribbean. I'm kind of laid back, to some extent, because I tell people music is actually secondary. I tell them that my testimony will always be louder than my music, because of what God did with me. So, and I also tell them that I'm the only one that could spoil my testimony. No one else can spoil that. People could turn off the radio, they could pause the radio, they could lower down, but I'm the only one that can lower down and spoil my testimony. So music is a part of it that I appreciate and I enjoy, but really music is just a vehicle to get me to speak to other people.
You just said something, and I would like to coin that phrase even for myself. You said that your testimony is bigger than your music.
Yeah.
And it's something that for myself I've said. I don't know if you're an introvert, but I'm an introvert. Are you an introvert?
No.
I'm an introvert, right?
Yeah.
So, and for myself as well, outside of even being an introvert, I talk once a week. This is me talking right now. And immediately after I'm done the show, I say, I chat too much, now and chat again. Yeah, I'm an introvert. So what happens is that outside of everything that I do, which I do a lot, so outside of everything that I do, the importance is my unification with the Most High.
Yeah.
So I take 2 days off per week, 2 days off, and those days, of course it is that I praise the Most High every day, but those 2 days it is my day off. It's a time for me to reflect on just everything and to focus on giving back to the Most High and thanking Him for everything and the different talents that He has given me. So much that I am actually coming off of 1 month fasting. I just fast and pray for the whole month of April. So when I tell her, say, nothing can hold me down right now. Nothing can hold me down right now, especially with Jaron Nurse. I'm talking to you right now. Nothing can hold me down. Right? So here what we're going to do to the masses, because we have some questions coming in for you though. I am going to jump to this song because I listen to this song and I didn't know which one is the biggest song, but I jump to this song and I say, hey, there you go. He's introducing himself. We're going to jump to Caribbean Christian. I will be right back with more Jaron Nurse. Yes.
Oh, I did it, boy. Yeah. When they ask me where I'm from the Caribbean, and I'm a Christian boy. Oh, Lord, oh, Lord. Nothing wrong with dancing. Part of our culture. No ways rotating, no. Don't let the devil tempt you. Christian from the Caribbean, and music is a part of our life. Yeah, we dance and raise flag, but we represent Jesus Christ. Can't promote no reveling, cause the Bible don't tell me them thing is sin. Used to do them thing before, but Jesus cleansed me from deep within. So no more party, no more drinking, no. Cause Jesus saved me, but me dance when the gospel hit me. Caribbean Christian, and dancing in my blood. Caribbean Christian, and dancing in my blood, my blood. Caribbean Christian, and dancing in my blood. Caribbean Christian, and dancing in my blood, my blood. Don't hold me, let me dance. Don't hold me, let me dance. Oh yeah, let me dance to Jesus. Let me dance to Jesus. Oh yeah, dance to Jesus. Oh yeah. Young and old, come along. Everyone can do it. No worry about nothing. It ain't got no age limit. Cause this party is heavenly. That's still a problem gone away. It's a new kind of dancing. Can lead you to your healing. So get up and dance. Dance your problem them away. I know you've been waiting long, but your breakthrough is today. Forget about every negative thing. Get up and dance into your blessing. It might look confusing, but it's Caribbean Christian living. Caribbean Christian, and dancing in my blood. Caribbean Christian, and dancing in my blood, my blood. Caribbean Christian, and dancing in my blood. Caribbean Christian, and dancing in my blood, my blood. Don't hold me, let me dance. Don't hold me, let me dance. Oh yeah, let me dance to Jesus. Let me dance to Jesus. Oh yeah, dance to Jesus. Oh yeah, yeah. I say don't hold me, let me dance. Don't
ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something, okay? Another thing I want you guys to do is to go on and check out Jaron's Instagram. That's where I found it. It was Jaron. I have to ask a question. Because it seems as if that you're also a comedian on the side. Do you own that?
Well, some people say that, some people say that a guy recently booked me for a show. It was a comedy show.
Yeah.
It was a comedy show, and he said, I think you should give us like a few minutes of stand-up. I said, brother, I'm a gospel singer. I am a singer. I'm not a comedian. And I think, well, God allowed me because I came from theater, so I was showing a little bit of the theatrics there.
Yeah.
A little bit of humor. But if I was to go as a comedian, I don't think I might be that funny because they might be expecting humor. So it's better when they're not expecting and you just give them something. But I love to enjoy life,
Wow. Yeah, man, I went on, and I watch a few of your things on Instagram. I'm wondering sometimes when I do that if Instagram think what do you call it? Stalking. I went on and I was watching a few of your videos and I was like, hey, he's funny too. Personality goes a long way as well in this music business. Yeah.
For real.
Wow. So you have a show coming up, a comedy show, or you did it already?
No, I did it already.
You did it already. What was it like?
Yeah.
What was the experience like?
It was nice, laughter. There's always a blessing to generate laughter as well, and I love to show people that, hey, even as a Christian, we enjoy ourselves. There's nothing wrong with a good laugh, a clean laugh. Yeah, it was well received, and I thank God for that.
I love it. So this Caribbean Christian track, is this one of your biggest tracks off the album or your number one track?
Yeah, it was it turned out to be a big song. Thank God for that. All credit to Jesus. It didn't start off like that. It had some it had some controversy behind it because of the rhythm it was on.
Yeah.
The popular soca rhythm.
Mm-hmm.
But then I thank God that the rest was history.
Wow. Well, coming from the music world, I can understand in terms of that as well. Getting music out there and having the controversy behind exactly what's going on. But yeah, it's a great song. I really loved it. Caribbean Christian. And I'm pretty sure that in different countries, they probably adopt that Caribbean Christian initiative there as well.
Yeah.
In COVID period, have you had a chance to perform virtually? Have you done any works virtually?
Yeah, a lot.
What would you say, recording or performing?
No, performing for sure.
Performing for sure. Wow.
Yeah.
So you started doing the Christian music, but before that, were you actually doing dancehall reggae or soca?
Well, I do songs even before that I was singing what you call positive music.
Right.
But this no matter what type of music, I mean, like if it's positive, even though it's positive music, I tell people they must always see that I'm a Christian. I will address the issues of life. I would sing about things that's trending, but always from a biblical or Christian standpoint. So I did songs before with popular guys down here. I don't know if you all might know them, but you all should. Like the Ice Session, Jam Melody, and those.
Mm-hmm.
I had rhythms. I was on rhythms with those guys. Even before I was on gospel rhythms, and those songs turned out to be a blessing. But as what some people might measure and say hardcore gospel, where we sing about the issues of life and the affairs of life, but always from a biblical standpoint.
Who would you say is your favorite artist out of Trinidad?
Out of Trinidad, there's a lot. I love Jam Melody. I love his voice. There's a guy called Positive. I love his professionalism, his approach to music. It have blessed messenger. You have a vibe, easy energy, man. I Sasha as well. But I think all around one of my favorites is a guy in Green in Guyana called Samuel Medas.
Oh,
Yeah,
stop!
I think
Stop
he
playing.
follow.
Let me ask you. Let me ask you. Let me ask you. Let me ask you. You know Samuel Medes? You know him personally?
That's my personal friend.
Yeah. Guess what? Guess what? You weren't listening to the show at the beginning, right?
No,
Eh, eh. I
came in a
opened.
bit late.
I opened the show with Samuel Medes. Yes, I did.
Yeah,
Yes. That royalty
that's my
song.
personal friend.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah,
You gotta introduce me to him, okay? You gotta introduce me.
yeah. Yeah.
I love his
I'll
work.
make that for you.
I love his work, and you know what? You guys have this personality where it's like, I'm Jamaican, so on that end it's like you have some of the artists that are so hyped, and you'll go up to them and say something, and they respond in a kind of way that you're like, okay, we understand you're a big artist, but me like your music and you're big up, yeah man. But I find that you and Samuel Medes, your personality is similar in a sense, and he's very welcoming. Yeah, I've never met him
Yeah.
before, but his personality is very welcoming. Your
Yes, yes.
personality is very welcoming, and those are some of the things that when we talk about music, it's like it's okay. It's okay that you're an artist and you're at a certain level, but
Yeah.
your
It's still
fans
a
and the
person.
people,
It's still a person.
you need that personality as well, because it goes a long way. You need to have you have some artists now that persons are listening to, and they're saying to themselves like, how the hell did they get a contract, right?
Yeah.
And you go and you see their personality and all of this blah blah whatever, and it's their personality that allow them to, because that manager, that label want to make sure that, you know what, I don't have no problem giving this guy my time. His personality sounds 100%, right? Not everybody
Yeah.
has it though, but you know what? I love your personality, and Samuel Medes. Hey, I opened up with his royalty song. That song is, oh, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't understand why he didn't get a Grammy for that, but when I interview him, I
Yeah,
asked him about that.
you should, but there's still time. I guess I don't know.
Yeah, I asked
The
him
thing
about that.
about doing gospel music is timeless. And
It's
the message, that message is for every day. Down in Trinidad, we do soca music, and those soca songs is just for that particular year. So this was a 2019 soca or 2022 soca, but the gospel is for every year.
now, as you talk about soca, it's not a genre that's recognized, by the masses. When you go in, and for even like your some of the things, you don't see it. When you actually upload your song, are you choosing reggae? What's the genre that your first choice?
Well, reggae. But the good thing about gospel music is not limited to any genre, because we have rap gospel, reggae gospel, rock gospel.
Yeah.
But my favorite music is reggae, because I remember growing up, my dad bought 2 CDs for me. But that would have been cassettes. That would have been Glenn Washington, Beres Hammond. So I love reggae music, and I think is the avenue where, with the message, it's quite easier to relate the message through the reggae, because you get that kind of vibe where you rock back and listen to it. That's why when I think reggae, I think rock back and listen.
Yeah.
So like I'm for the reggae expression, and I love the reggae. And something about reggae music that just hit me different, and that's why I've been asking, and I think this might be a call that might open some doors for some reggae producers, because we don't get good reggae in Trinidad.
But I tell you as well, it is my belief that reggae music is the number one genre. I say it every chance I get.
Yeah. Yes, I would say so. I would agree.
Yes, they don't want to own it, but reggae music is the number one genre.
I from the
Okay?
land of soca, but I prefer reggae music.
Yes, of course. Now, on the reggae side, who is that favorite artist that you grew up listening to?
Reggae. Well, as I said, Glenn Washington.
Glenn Washington.
Angels in the night, getting to know each other. That was like my dad's song as well.
That was
Um,
that was a song.
yeah, and on the gospel side, I love Jermaine Edwards.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he have that something called island worship, where it's a slow kind of reggae sometimes. and then he bring that real reggae.
I'm trying to remember this reggae group, gospel reggae group, from Jamaica. So if any of my listeners, you remember, you can send it to me, because right now I drew a blank. But I grew up listening to them. I grew up listening to that gospel group. I really love them as well. Yes, so I'm gonna jump to the first song that I actually listened to. When I started to listen to Jaron music, this was the first song I listened to. So my listening audience, yes, when I come back, I'm going to take your questions, and I'm gonna, for Jaron as well. I see your questions, okay? I'm going to jump to this song, Positive Music, okay? And listen to the words. To my listening audience, listen to the words. I'll be giving away a few copies of Jaron's music, okay? We'll be right back.
To my friend, them down in the ghetto. This one I just for you. Tell you just something positive. Tell you just something positive. Just for you. My beg you just play my positive music. And that's what my friend them fighting for. Play my positive music. Too much a negative thing going on, girl. Play my positive music. But that's what my friend them dying for. Play my positive music. Why? Hey. Them push all of the positive artists, them put them away behind. And them know what electronics not blessed messenger. And what them rather promote alkaline. And then the one fi know why don't get Trinidad. And love until why he got so much a crime. It's the negative music that them playing, that I'm messing with the youth them night. But play more positive music. Cause that's what my friend them fighting for. Play more positive music. Too much a negative thing going on, girl. Play more positive music. Cause that's what my friend them dying for. Play more positive music. Why, yeah. Well, deep in my heart, and me total heavy load. When my body comes sing gangsters touch the road, I pull in my friend them closer to hell. When them listening song from Vibes Cattle. Look at what I want up today, yeah. Him a lock up in a jail cell. So just to sing positive music deep in my heart, and me feel compelled. Madam, play more positive music. But that's what my friend them fighting for. Play more positive music. Too much a negative thing going on, girl. Play more positive music. Cause that's what my friend them dying for. Play more positive music. Why? Hey. Now I feel play my song on the radio, because them say that my melody too slow. Now I feel play my song on the radio, because me never record it in them studio. But music is my gift, and as long as I live, tell them I'll keep it positive. Until my friend them down in the ghetto. Positive music is all I give. Madam, play more positive music. Cause that's what my friend them fighting for. Play more positive music. Too much a negative thing going on, girl. Play more positive music. Cause that's what my friend them dying for. Play more positive music. Why? Oh, nah. Just a little more. Just a little more. Tell you that is all so we asking for. Just a little more. Just a little more. Why? That's all so we asking for. Just something positive. Just for you. My beg you just play more positive music. And that's what my friend them fighting for. Play more positive music. Too much a negative thing going on, girl. Play more positive music. And that's what my friend them dying for. Play more positive music. Why?
Oh yes. So it's great to see. It's great to see our audience tapping in and sending out the list of questions that they would like Jaron to answer, okay? As well, all the big ups in terms of this track. Whoa. Okay, we're having some hardcore dancehall artists right now Just saying that. Wow. What an awesome production that you have. A collection of production. So there are already persons that are actually tuned into Jaron, that have tuned into your music, okay, across the world, and I appreciate it. But I would just like to shout out a few more persons though before I bring Jaron back on. So would like to send big up to Ton of Hope out of Ghana. Chris Rich right here in the good old USA. Of course, big up to Ira Child out of New York. Yes, it's like, Lord, I see you. Big ups to you as well. You know, when you can have a dancehall artist that actually listens to gospel music like that and love it, we appreciate you wholeheartedly as well. We have Dean out of Jamaica, Kevin Legit as well. Yeah, the list just goes. I cannot call all these persons and countries. So, from Gambia to Ghana, Cape Town, Johannesburg, Nigeria, Lagos, Nigeria, Bristol, London, England, Switzerland, Australia, Montreal, Toronto. I see you guys, okay? Jaron, they're loving you. Okay?
Bless God for that, and I love them as well.
Yes. Let me ask you though. When you have you encountered this where it is that, you know, being on the social media platform and stuff like that, you don't have an idea that some persons are actually listening to you that actually surprise you when you hear who is actually listening to you, your music? Have you been surprised by that?
Sorry, we got a bit disconnected there.
That's okay. You know, I was asking in terms of persons who actually discover your music. What's your reaction when somebody discover your music and you realize the amount of persons that are actually tuned in right now listening to you?
Well, it's always a blessing. You know, I consider it to be a blessing, and what amazes me is that music actually starts in one's head, and then to the microphone in a little booth, and then all around the world. So I consider that to be a big blessing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and encouragement you would get. I remember a few years ago, I went to send Samuel Medas a message about his music,
Yeah.
right? And he, I sent him a message, and then he came to message me about my music and see the message that I sent him some years ago, and it's the same thing would have happened with Jimmy Edwards.
Wow.
The same thing would have happened with Jimmy Edwards. So I consider those things to be big blessings.
Yeah.
You know, even the same track that's been been trending called "Tell Somebody About Jesus"
Mm-hmm.
on the pull up. You know, people that say, "My boy, Walshy Fire," reach out to them and this one and Walshy Fire from Major Laser and stuff like that. So I just say, oh, credits to Jesus, you know.
Yes.
Blessings.
This track, Positive Music. Talk to me about the writing and the recording. You know, going into the overall production as well.
Positive Music started when, because of the community, I live in a community where there were two classes in a ghetto area. And because people know I sing music, they call me and they brought a little boy to me. His name was Goopsy.
Mm-hmm.
And they say, they call me Frame, that is my nickname because I don't have much size. And I was like, Frame, ask Goopsy what's his favorite song. I said, Goopsy, what's your favorite song? Goopsy said, Down in Your Throat, Girl. Now Goopsy was just about 3 years old.
Wait a minute, you said 3 years old?
Yeah, 3 years old. And his favorite song is Down in Your Throat, Girl. I was first it interfered, but I remember actually where I started, I'm on the opposite side, I was down by the sea, right? And I say, I have to sing some songs and tell them about positive music because this 3-year-old, he don't know how to put on a radio set. And it would mean that is what his parents play, his family playing, that's how we hear it. And that's when I found the song Positive Music. Which simply means careful of the music we listen to because it can have a great influence on the way we behave.
Mm-hmm.
Music is a powerful thing, so I sang play more positive music. And not just I highlighted, even though I'm a Christian, there's so many positive artists that aren't Christians that you could listen to. So I think I called Chronic's name. You know, I forgot I'm a gospel artist. I listen to Chronic's. I love Chronic's style of writing and stuff. I love his voice. So I was telling them, like you have other people, especially coming from the get, you have other people that we could listen to that wouldn't have so much of a negative impact on the kids and the way we behave. So that was where it started with our positive music. And we look at Vibes Cartel, who known for singing that type of music and the outcome, because some people is beyond the entertainment. Some of them really live that type of lifestyle. So yeah.
Wow. We appreciate you wholeheartedly. We appreciate your music. Of course, various messages from across the pond, the different countries that are currently listening to you and sending their shout out saying they appreciate your music as well, and keep on keeping on. Keep on doing what you're doing, I appreciate the fact that it is secondary and that it is that your relationship with the Most High is first and foremost, as it should be.
Yeah. With all the appreciation as well.
So what's next for Jaron Music? What do you have anything going on for this year? Can we look out for you somewhere performing?
I have some events locally coming up.
Mm-hmm.
What next for Jaron Music? I took a little break because I struggled. I lost my dad in 2020 and that had me emotionally up and down. It was an emotional seesaw, but I think as of late I start back to focus on music. So there's a few songs that I'm working on, and I'm a bit of a weird artist that is write the song first and then struggle for a name, or sometimes I might get the name and write a song to the name.
Mm-hmm.
It's a bit weird, but both songs are what's going on in these times. One is what's going on in terms of the spiritual realms and in church, and the next one is what's going on in the hood. So I tell people like, welcome to the ghetto where the children see the mochi van more than the lolly man.
Yeah.
School work, some of them don't understand, but could I tell you everything and every name about gun? Teacher wants to know where to get a sexual education because they walk around with condom like it was chewing gum. That kind of vibe, talking about the youths in the hood.
Yeah.
And then the next one is talking about church. I had this friend that so he no longer go to church again. He found a better way. You gotta stay home and pray because church people is pure problems. But then the chorus goes something like, people will always be people.
Mm-hmm.
The church ain't perfect place. So many disappointments, and some of them be acting strange. But if you keep your eyes on Jesus, can't see them once you focus. Simply means once you focus on Jesus, you can't see nothing else. Whether people cheating, whether people stealing, whether people gossiping, once you focus on Jesus, can't see nothing else.
Well, that's perfect. That's why that's a similar message in terms of My Royalty by Samuel Meadows, Out the Gate, that I played today. We received that message wholeheartedly. Blessing. Yes, I'm gonna invite you back another time when we cover more tracks on your album, and it's a longer interview for an hour. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah,
there's an audience that is loving your music. Some people who knew about you, because I have friends in Jamaica who actually knew about your music. I'm like, you know him? He's like, yes. Yeah?
I spent some time in Jamaica as well. I spent some time in Maypen. You see Maypen and no playpen.
Yeah. Maypen and a playpen. I love it.
Yeah, went to play a football game out there. You say, my youth, let me tell you about Maypen and a playpen.
Yeah. Yes, we love you, Jaron. We do, right? And let me tell you, I discovered last night after doing some research that Samuel Meadows will be in New York July 2nd. So to all my audience who would like to come with me, because I'm going to that show, I'm going to have to rearrange my schedule, but I would like to see Samuel Meadows in performance and in person. So you want to come with me? Link me. Okay, we're going to go to New York July 2nd to go see Samuel Meadows. And for persons that are just joining who don't know who Samuel Meadows is, hit me up and I'll tell you who he is. Right? Jaron, I'm telling you right now. So, to the listening audience, as you know, each and every week, we shower you with these great presents from this great music that's going on. So today I'll be giving away 10 albums. 10 Uncommon Music by Jaron Nurse. So hit me up, send me a message, and tell me you want a copy of it because I'll be gifting 10 of them to my listening audience. Okay? That's how much it is that I love this guy's music. Of course it is that. We always do this every week and we do not disappoint. Any last minute words, Jaron? And can you share your social media handles with the listening audience?
Social media handles Jaron Nurse, and I believe is Jaron _ Uncommon Music on Instagram. Mm-hmm. Do have a Twitter. And tell people that I want you to follow Jesus. You don't have to follow Jaron, you can follow Jesus. Once you're following Jesus, I'll be happy.
Yeah.
And the last word, I would simply say, stay connected to heaven so no man on earth could pull your plug. And as I leave, I remember I would tell you this, that it would just take about 1 minute to tell you. I'm at a location here, and what happened, I was doing a lot of water sports and boat tours and stuff. And I went out with a couple some weeks back, and it got dark. But when we out and see, there's a particular light that I just look at to make my way home. Because I know that building is close to my home, so that is home for me. But I got out there and I looked back at that light, and I didn't see the light. So I tried to extend it or to buy time because I didn't want to panic the people. But after some time, I was able to make my way back. And on inquiring, they told me that, hey, somebody purchased the building that you just look at the light that you're looking for. Somebody purchased the building, a big company purchased the building, and they're doing some renovations. So they lock off the light. I got home, and it's until I got home, that's when God revealed everything to me. He said, you know what? You would be that light that somebody would be looking at to make their way home. And in this case, home would be to Jesus or to heaven. And if your light is off, somebody just might have a hard time to reach home. As the people say, you are the only Bible that somebody might read. And I pray in Jesus' name that those that are listening, that you keep your light on, because somebody's looking at you to make their way home. So walk good, keep your light on, keep it shining. Remember, Jesus is everything. Blessings.
Blessed love. We're going to vibe out with Delilah. Okay, that's one of your rendition. You want to set up Delilah for our listening audience, because I love this track as well, and my audience will see why I love this track when we play it next. You want to set up Delilah for us?
Well, I tell you all, Delilah, the song simply means careful of Delilah. And sometimes when we think Delilah, we think it's a song for men or to warn men, but it's also to warn women, because they have people with that Delilah spirit.
Let me tell you.
A secret. Yeah, that's some male Delilahs too.
Mm-hmm.
So careful who you tell your secret, careful who you allow to come close to you.
Yes.
This one is Delilah spirit, bless you.
Blessed love. I tell you, Jaron Nurse, I could speak to you all day. Yeah? Speak to you all day. I could also listen to your music. Well, I've listened to your music all day. I bought that album and I play the hell out of it. So let me tell you, I am going to take credit for all those Apple Music this week. Okay? That was me.
God bless you. That's all.
All right, Delilah it is. It's been a pleasure.
Wahoo, wahoo, yeah. Watch out, my children. Careful of it, careful of it, careful of Delilah. Careful of Delilah. Though she skin tough and tender, please don't let she make you surrender. Why, Delilah? Though she cute and sweet, she's just pretty danger. Why, Delilah? And though she skin tough and tender, please don't let she make you surrender. Because she looks so fine and she acts so kind. Please don't let she get in your mind. This girl is searching, walking all over and smiling. smiling, but she is simply after your anointing.
Boy, yeah.
So be careful.
Watch out, my
So Lord, when you cover me, cause if I sleep, this girl will devour me. And now that your presence, she looks so lovely. So Lord, in your presence is where I wanna stay. Careful of Delilah, though she's skin tough and tender, please don't let she make you surrender. Boy, Delilah, though she's cute and sweet, she's just pretty danger. Delilah, and watch out. Wahoo, yeah.
Watch out, my children.
Careful of it, careful of it, careful of Delilah. Yeah. Careful of Delilah, though she's skin tough and tender, please don't let she make you surrender. Boy, Delilah, though she's cute and sweet, she's just pretty danger. Boy, Delilah. And though she's skin tough and tender, please don't let she make you surrender. Because she looks so fine and she acts so kind, please don't let she get to know your mind. This girl is searching, walking all over and smiling, but she is simply after your anointing.
Boy, yeah.
So be careful.
Watch out, my
So
children.
Lord, when you cover me, cause if I sleep, this girl will devour me.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, what do I tell you? We aim to please. We do not disappoint, right? Yes, you are current. If you are just clocking in right now, this is Jaron Nurse, and he hails out of Trinidad and Tobago. Yes. Yeah, as you know, each and every week we bring you artists from across the world. But when you talk about a talent, please, if you need a copy of Jaron Nurse's album, hit me up. 10 copies we're giving away today, okay? And it's not just about giving away the album, it's about the message and the positivity that is exhumed throughout this album, okay? That's what it is that we live and breathe here, right here on the One-on-One Music Review Show. So for all the guys and girls, I'm a listening audience that's asking me to pull up Delilah. Now you see why I like Delilah? Now you see why I like the album? Shout out again to Jaron Music for keeping it 100.
Careful of Delilah, though she's skin tough and tender, please don't let she make you surrender. Boy, Delilah, though she's cute and sweet, she's just pretty danger. Boy, Delilah, and though she's skin tough and tender, please don't let she make you surrender. Because she looks so fine and she acts so kind, please don't let she get to know your mind. This girl is searching, walking all over and smiling, but she is simply after your anointing.
Boy, yeah.
So be careful.
Watch out, my
So Lord, when you cover me, cause if I sleep, this girl will devour me. And now that your presence, she looks so lovely. So Lord, in your presence is where I wanna stay. Careful of Delilah, though she's skin tough and tender, please don't let she make you surrender. Boy, Delilah, though she's cute and sweet, she's just pretty danger. Delilah, and though she's skin tough and tender, please don't let she make you surrender. Because she looks so fine and she acts so kind, please don't let she get in your mind. The devil give her an assignment, and she is simply doing her homework. And if you don't learn, then you're gonna get hurt. If you don't learn, you're gonna get hurt, boy. So please don't tell her your secret, cause for sure she's not gonna keep it. Please don't show her your weakness, cause for sure she will abuse it. Careful of Delilah, though she's skin tough and tender, please don't let she make you surrender. Boy, Delilah, though she's cute and sweet, she's just pretty danger. Boy, Delilah, and though she's skin tough and tender, please don't let she make you surrender. Because she looks so fine and she acts so kind, please don't let she get in your mind. Boy, to my little sisters, them, this one is also for you. Be careful, because it got some male Delilahs out there too. So be careful of what you do, cause if them get a piece of you, and they will make a mess of you. Careful of Delilah, and though he's strong and muscular, please don't listen to me little sisters. Boy, Delilah, and though she's cute and sweet, She's just pretty danger. And though she's skin tough and tender, please don't let she make you surrender. Because she looks so fine and she acts so kind. Please don't let she get in your mind, boy. Delilah, yeah. Look out, watch out, Delilah, yeah. I beg you just come on, I tell you look out, say Delilah.